We've been talking about the Warriors last night, Jordan Poole. The conversation's now going to switch. The conversation has to switch right now.
Man.
And it's because of a podcast that Joe Lacob did with Tim Kawakami of The Athletic. Very recently.
Yeah.
And
two heavyweights.
We've known this is going on, but we don't know any details about Bob Myers. We just know he's in the last year of his deal, which is unusual for a GM at this point.
Of his caliber.
So apparently, well, not apparently, Tim Kawakami of The Athletic, important to give credit where it's due, asked Joe Lacob about Bob Myers' contract situation and that he doesn't have a contract for next year.
All I will say is that it is not accurate that he has somehow not been offered anything. There have been two offers at this point. I'm trying. Have you ever known me not to be aggressive?
No.
So that is crazy to sit here and say, and I'm sorry, I have to say that I'm not trying to violate any negotiation. I hope Bob doesn't get upset or his agent. But I just want to clarify that. It's not fair to put me and us in a situation by someone put something out there that, and I don't know who, that he hasn't been offered anything. That's just not true. So he's got to make a decision, what he wants to do with his life, what's the appropriate compensation. He feels it's fair. We feel it's fair. And it's really just a negotiation. To be honest with you, I fully expect Bob will be back. And he's a great negotiator.
Mm-hmm. There you
what
go.
do you want him to do? He's supposed to do this. Yep. So, we love Bob. We want him back.
You know what? I'm going to give you a wow. I'm going to give you a wow.
Can I give a wow? A double wow.
I'll tell you why. Is the Woj report, I'm not sure. I don't think specified that Myers turned down an offer.
It did not.
I think it just highlighted Bob Myers is working without a contract.
No doubt.
For next year.
Yep.
Joe Lacob has just offered that Bob Myers has turned down 2 deals, 2 contracts.
Wow.
Already.
Yeah. So, go ahead. What did you say yesterday? I learned a new word, naivete.
You know what's funny? And here's where you're talking about negotiations. Yeah. It's a negotiation.
Money.
It's a negotiation. If I'm Bob Myers, there actually isn't a negotiation. It's simple. You make me the highest paid general manager and president of basketball operations in the league. That's the bottom line. If you're not, and I'm willing to look at Pat Riley and all those guys. They have the salary structure, but I need to make more than Daryl Morey.
Okay, and you
I need to make
to.
more than Rob Pelinka.
Keep going.
I need to make as much or more than Masai Ujiri.
Keep going.
So, what it tells me, and maybe I'm extrapolating.
Okay,
they're not offering Bob a contract that makes him the highest paid GM in the league. Guess what? I'm not signing it either. Bob Myers is don't mistake kindness for weakness.
No doubt. And I'm going to tell you this. Going back to when this report by Woj came out, I was in naive land thinking this was hopefully Steiny and Dub Nation, back me up. This was about Bob. Do I still want to do it? Do I want to spend more time with the fam? Things of that nature. But Joe has just let us know, Steiny, and this is why I'm feeling naivete. It's about the money. And the fact that he said a couple contracts and you ain't got it right, I don't think this helps anything, and I hope I'm wrong, but, man, the cat's out the bag, Steiny. The rat's on the table. This is about Money. And if I'm Joe Lacob, if I'm going to pay and my general manager is going to be the top paid, he has the resume for that to be nothing. Okay, here's a blank. What's this, a blank check? What do you fill it in? Okay, let's keep moving. This is family.
The highest paid GM in the league is Bill Smith. He makes $11 million a year. Okay, give me 12 and I'll stay. Well, I'm not giving you 12. Why not? Well, you can figure out.
Well, that's the whale part.
There are arguments to be made why Bob Myers, I guess, shouldn't be the highest paid GM or president. That title in the league. I guess maybe one of them is. Maybe one of them is. You know what? It's just a natural transition point. The dynasty's coming to an end, and I have Kirk ready to take over.
Well,
you know what? we love you. I'm just not going to make you the highest paid GM right now. It's just a natural time for Kirk to take over. Bob says, you know what? It's been a great run, 10 years. I'll take a year or two off and maybe get back in the game again.
Okay.
I think that's what we're looking at, right?
I got a question. Well, hey, I don't know if you're right. I got a question for you because you know both men. If you're Bob Myers and you're driving around, they got to think he drives a Mercedes, whatever he's driving, and you hear this sound bite.
Right.
Are you irritated that your boss went public with this that you got offered to?
That's a good specific. Maybe.
Because I think I would, Steiny.
Maybe.
I think I would that you put that out there.
Well, if you want to get into the weeds, we can do that. Joe Lacob wanted to clarify that
they look cheap.
That he had, to my understanding, unless I missed a report, I never saw a report that said Myers has been offered 2 contracts and he hasn't signed one yet.
Totally with you.
So to me, Joe Lacob offered, and Joe talks. He offered the information was just to make it clear, I have offered Bob some contracts. He's turned them down. Well, that's a whole different thing and a whole lot more information than Bob Myers doesn't have a contract for next year.
Oh, man.
Okay, so Bob, somebody put 2 contracts in front of Bob Myers, and he hasn't signed either yet. Okay.
Oh, man.
And here's where the other thing that comes in, and you and I, we go back and forth, loyalty, and Joe Lacob, and he's the other thing, and I always say, dude, Joe Lacob's a killer, man. That's how he got to be Joe Lacob.
Suge Knight.
You do realize that he's a businessman.
I understand.
And sometimes you like Jerry West, everybody, the logo. He left here and there was some acrimony.
Oh, man.
Didn't matter. Warriors are in the middle of a dynasty. Jerry West growing older. But Jerry West thing ended a little bit not cool or whatever. Okay, so we know Joe, and maybe Jerry. We know Joe Lacob has it in him to hold the line, no matter who you are. So 925, and I get it. You're a fan. You're a fan.
Terrible.
Steiny trying to stir the pot.
No,
I get it.
Stirred.
I get it. Joe Lacob has just said that Bob Myers essentially was offered 2 contracts. He hasn't signed one yet. That's all.
But my question again to you is, if from a Joe Lacob perspective, was it worth pissing Myers off by going public with that to make sure the people that don't matter know he had been offered 2 deals? See, that I would have been like, it's not worth it to go clear up something that it's pretty much none of anybody's business, but to put that on wax, and now Bob is like, I'm trying to get that dollar, Then, hey, you've earned it, but I love Joey Lightyear, Steiny. I just feel like, did you have to clarify it to that degree?
I'm kind of with you. I don't know if he made a mistake or not that big a deal.
He said he hoped Bob didn't get mad with him, but I think you answered your own question. I would, yeah.
Man. Yeah, 415, this is exactly right. Lacob's first offer to Steph Curry was not the max. And I'm pretty sure he never did give in to Curry's no-trade demand.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So, all I'm trying to say is Joe Lacob, baby.
But he did say in the end,
he knows how to play the game.
Yeah,
he says he expects Bob
him back.
Well, he could be wrong.
Well,
I mean,
he could be right, too.
Sure.
Dub Nation wants him to be right.
Okay.